What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Today is January the 15th, and we have more rules and more regulations that we need to be aware of. This is specifically if you're using an auto dialer, or if you're using auto tracks in Boomtown or in Sync with text messaging, and using any sort of technology to prospect or reach out to people, including artificial intelligence. You need to listen to this, all right, because you can put yourself into some danger of getting fined by not adhering to this Telephone Consumer Protection Act and the new regulations that have come about. So what was going on is a lot of these telecommunications, these robocall companies were hiding behind the consent of these lead aggregators. So say, for instance, you go online and you're like, well, I'm looking to refinance my home, and you go into one of these portals, and you say, well, I want to get a rate. I just want to see what kind of rate I can get, and you input your information. Well, guess what? That information will go out. It's a lead aggregation. It's going to go out to a whole bunch of different companies and people that may want your business for finance. And so prior to this new change, the consent was implied by filling out that form initially. Now, if you're going to use these automated systems like a triple line dialer or artificial intelligence, or utilizing one of your auto tracks for text messaging, you need one-to-one consent. You're going to need to have a written document or something written, either be an email or text, that stipulates that person is okay with you contacting them. So for us as real estate agents, how does this really affect us? Well, this affects us for people that are prospecting expireds and prospecting for sale by owners, terminated listings, and for people that are using text messaging and auto tracks to contact and to just basically to prospect your database. Normally, I don't like to defer to things that I find on the internet. I like to understand them by my own self, by actually looking at the regulations. But Lab Coat Agents, this is an article right here, has done a very good job, in my opinion, of explaining this and elucidating this, so that you can understand what you can and what you cannot do. So let's just take a look right here. We have to be really careful. Like for example, if you're buying a group of for sale by owner leads, or if you're getting leads from let's say non-shared leads from Realtor.com, or if you're using Mojo, RedX, and Vulcan 7, you need to stop using the triple line dialer altogether. You can call manually, all right? But it's the use of these technologies which is regulated, which really, even though the law is really for robocalls, but it really pertains to us because of these automated technologies. So be mindful of that. Also, the do not call compliance. As a rule of thumb, do not call people that are on the do not call list. And the only real exceptions is right down here. You can call on a for sale by owner if they're not on the do not call list. If you have a legitimate buyer, please, people, don't BS the consumer. I know you want to prospect for sale by owners. If that's part of your gig and what you do, if this is your niche, please be careful. Just don't do it. Make sure that you have a legitimate buyer. And manual dialing for expired listings. We want to go, I know it stinks, but you're going to want to just go manual dialer. Don't use the triple line dialer. And this right here, this whole Lab Coat Agents is fantastic. The only real problem that I have right here is that with everything is calling expired listings that are on the do not call list. I have an email into to legal with Josh Rudnick over at WWMR about this. I'm not entirely convinced. This is why I don't really like this. So for now, stay away from the do not call list for sale by owners. I know that some of these publications that they say that, okay, you can call people that are on the DNC. Be careful. So at any rate, just wait for guidance on that. But be sure to read this. Make sure that you are familiar with this. Make sure that if you're going to send out a text, a blast, a text message out to a database or to a lead, a list of leads that you have purchased, make sure that first email that you sent out asks for permission and stipulates, hey, would you like to see some sort of like valuation or action in your neighborhood? Would you like to receive this? And if they say yes, okay, great. Now you have the written consent to deal to call people. Also, last but not least, don't use these automated systems to leave pre-recorded messages. I know that they got that functionality in RedX and Mojo in Vulkan 7. I got it. I completely understand. All right, stay away from that. All right, leave a message, leave a verbal message. You can still do manual, right? But it's these automated systems that governs our industry. So take a look at this article from Lab Code Agents, and it really does elucidate everything that you need to know about this. And so there you go. So stay in the know and protect yourself and govern your activities likewise.